The exhibit Finding the Next Great Artist premieres Friday, March 3rd on MTV. We have hosts Dometi Pongo and Melissa Chiu here to talk all about the series. Thank you so much for your time today.
Appreciate it.
First of all, Dometi, I want to say we miss you here in Chicago. We're so proud of you. Tell us a little bit about the series.
Oh, thank you for saying that, man. The series is so exciting. It's 7 artists competing week over week for a prized exhibit at the Hirshhorn Museum and a $100,000 cash prize, which means so much to artists who need funding to create these works that are so compelling and so relevant for our time. Each week, they're given a different theme or prompt for which they'll follow, and the competitions and the exhibits are followed by a crit session led by our lead judge right here, my partner in crime, Melissa.
Melissa, you are the director of the Hirshhorn Museum and Sculpture Garden. This is a big opportunity for one artist. Tell us a little bit about how museums respond to what's going on in the world, and what you're looking for in this particular series.
Yeah, so this is what's so unusual about this show. I think it's a collaboration with our museum, our National Museum of Modern Art, the Hirshhorn. And with that, we're really looking to share our mission, which is about presenting the art and artists of our time. And so we selected 7 artists from around the country, one of whom is from Chicago, in Jennifer Warren. Very happy about that. And we really wanted to figure out how to have a conversation about art, knowing that there are so many people around the country who are interested in learning more. And this is a show that in some ways allows access to an artist's process of making work, and also in some ways demystifies the art world. That, we've brought together, we've convened a group of amazing judges from Annan Pendleton and Abigail DeVille, wonderful artists, and even Keith Rivers, who's a former football and now art collector and Hirshhorn trustee. So we all have this at the end of the commission, the creation of a new work each week. We have what we call a crit session, which is from art school terminology, where you gather together the judges and we have a conversation about the art. And I think viewers really learn something in that conversation as well.
Dometi, obviously, I'm bringing up Chicago every time I possibly can. But as far as like your time here in Chicago, your time in New York, obviously a lot of emerging artists and a lot of artwork here in both of those cities. Tell me how art has affected you and what you're looking for in maybe in a particular artist.
Rudy, what is it about us Chicagoans? We love talking about the shop, man. We really do. I think Chicago has such a robust art scene, right? Jennifer Warren, who is one of the competitors, is from Chicago. But I mean, if you talk about the Art Institute, all the way to cultural mainstays like the Southside Community Arts Center, where I spent some time hosting, private shows at the art gallery there. And the Pilsen area, where it has that robust art scene. So it was interesting working with this show because I always had been interested in street art and Black art and art at these cultural institutions, but I wasn't really versed in fine art or, things that didn't initially pique my interest. And this show was so interesting because even though I had that base level foundation of understanding, this show helped me understand how an idea can elevate what might look like a novel or a quiche piece of art. And then you have a conversation about, okay, what inspired this piece? What mattered to the artist at the time? What context was this presented in? And I learned how to have a whole new appreciation for art that I probably didn't think was, aesthetically pleasing to me. But now I'm like, wait, I appreciate it. I get it now. And I think the viewers at the end of the series will come away with that same education.
You guys are the time slot right after Drag Race. Such a huge show, such a huge opportunity. Obviously, you're going to get a lot of new viewers. Tell me a little bit about why someone who is, a Drag Race super fan should kind of continue to watch the show, because it's such, 2 different types of art form, but art in general.
I would just put out there, what is the world without creativity? And I think it's really artists that create something from nothing. And sometimes even with everyday materials that aren't even considered art materials. And we live in a moment when the idea is first and foremost, and that's what artists do every day. And so I think that this show really offers a way of people seeing artists and in a fresh light, artwork in a fresh light, and even their surroundings in a fresh light through the vision of artists.
Well, wonderful. Dometi, Melissa, thank you so much for your time today. The exhibit Finding the Next Great Artist premieres Friday, March 3rd on MTV.
Thank you, Rudy.
Good to see you. Thank you, everybody.